Arhats, those who reach nirvana by following the teachings of the Buddha or monkhood, is a religious way of life which one renounces worldly pursuits to devote oneself fully to the spiritual work. That is how the Ao tribe lived their lives, but as with all social groups, there were those who could not live on the same path. All fell short in their devotion. Those were known as the apostate monks, the ones that could not help but yearn for the bliss one attains from the finest liquor, the golden sheen, as their purses are filled with dime, and the alluring presence and warmth a woman brings in the coldest of seasons. These Ao were not in the good graces of Dr. Kubica, and as such they were not treated with care, unlike their counterparts. As such, little time and imagination was spared for their design. In the doctor's words, those who had no conviction or dedication to their faith were no better than babes wailing for the things they did not deserve, and thus were given a vessel to match their hollow desires. I give you the hollow. The hollow, otherwise known as the dark Ao. So the thought process when I built these guys was that, what if in the monk society there were those two who were like, obviously most monks, they're devoted and they take on the path right, like the right way. But with these guys, I wanted something more, on the darker side. Like, what if there were those guys who didn't wanna stick to the whole monk thing, but were forced to? So, what would Kubica do with those? Other than just, letting them live their life the way they were. So yeah. So these guys, I designed them to be, smaller sized compared to the winged Ao. So these guys would be like the little minions, ones that who group up, not necessarily would be powerful on their own, but with numbers, they can take you down. So I divided these guys into 3 categories. The purple, the orange, and the green. So the purple would be called the void, and then the orange would be called hardened, and then the green would be called corrosive. For the void types, I developed a long range and a close range attack pattern. So the voids are close range, were those who could teleport in places that they can see. Like, as long as they can see something, they can teleport to that point, but they can't teleport to other places, So that's when the long range comes in. They can teleport anywhere as long as they have been to that location, or if Dr. Kubica, there's these certain seals that I think that they could be used, like maybe those totem sticky things. Stick them on the wall or any place that is not seen, and then they can teleport that way. And then for the corrosive part, close range would be similar to, I don't know if you all know this, but like, I'm a really big Ben 10 fan. So as you can see on the slides right here, the close range would be like, mud shots. Like, the guy would haul up these green corrosive thingies, and they can melt, just a close radius from him. And the other ability, I called it corrosive touch, which then they just turn the skin green, and it oozes with this kind of bubbly effect. So when an opponent tries to hit them close range or with the weapon, like anything that hits them will just melt. So total DPS right there, like the most, the greatest offense is the greatest defense, something like that. Okay, so, and for the long range, I would just make them, like water poles. Like, envision yourself using a hose. When you pluck your thumb on it, the water spreads out like long range attacks, right? Or just simpler, the firefighter hose that holds spurts. That's how it works. And then as for harden was something that I didn't, think that much of, because obviously for close range they can encase the opponents or objects in this hardening gel-like thingy that once they spread it out, it just hardens in maybe like 10 seconds. So that and then they will use that gel on their hands, making like boxing gloves or something that can attack like that, or the one that I drew here, excuse me, is that they would hold poles and then they would spew their hardening gel and then create spikes, so it would be like a mace, something like that. And for the long range attack, I was inspired by a Pokemon move called Stomping Tantrum. So they would wail like kids, when they get mad. They'll just stomp on the ground and then huge spikes of like hardened corrosive gel which is spew out and attack dudes. I don't know as the time of recording this, but I'm pretty sure I did the concept art for that. And yeah, that's it. So I know this has been a bit of a rush. I wanted to be more, cinematic, but hey guys, this is my second video. I'm not used to this. So yeah, I think I'll pull up an art piece that I did for this, and then yeah, surely you'll like that. And that's everything on the holo. So that's another creation by Dr. Cubica. As I said, this was the other type of AO that I designed, and I will make more. So I don't know when the next video will be up, but I've been liking this whole lore building and all that shit. So yeah, next time look out for something. Oh yeah, I have an idea. Next time I think I'm gonna bring out my OC, the one that you saw on the last thumbnail. I think I'm gonna talk about him more. So if you're interested, tell me in the comments if you'd like to get a video explaining his powers and the whole system of the world. And then yeah, leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll see y'all. Sile, gliding out.